Hey everybody, it's time to cue the angelic death music, or Reaper music I should say, because it's the Deathwing. Um, for those of you that don't know much about the Deathwing, it's the first company of the Dark Angels. It's unique in the fact that it deploys solely in Terminator armor, unlike other first companies of chapters. They never go to battle not in Terminator armor, I guess is what you would say. So, yeah, you'll need your Dark Angel Codex for this army as well. So, let's get right to it. The Deathwing. This is for a Deathwing fluff army, no Devastator squads, no Whirlwinds. I mean, he could potentially supplement them with that, but this is a pure Deathwing fluff army. What I'm talking about here for Tactica Outnumbered. Deathwing, which has a Fortress Monastery post covering more of the, not the meat, more of the technical stuff, like point costs, kind of, and war gear differences, like our Cyclone Missile Launcher and our Storm Shield. So other than that, what I'm going to talk about here is a little about the units and some theory behind them. So what Deathwing can take in this context for a Tactica Outnumbered Deathwing fluff type of Deathwing is Belial as your HQ because you need him. He's a Grandmaster of the Deathwing. Deathwing troop choices, Deathwing Terminator squads. Then you can supplement those two with Land Raiders or a Land Raider Crusader. If you don't want either of those Land Raiders, remember we don't get Redeemers. Then or if you want stuff in addition to that, you can also supplement them with Dreadnoughts. And people, I see it and I like it. I like the idea of supplementing them with Vindicators. But that's like on the back end of the list of stuff. Like if there's a checklist or a numbered list, that would be at the bottom. Everything else will come before it, unless you don't want to field any of those things. But so what the Deathwing get here is the Deathwing get the ability to have, I should say, long range fire support where the Ravenwing really don't. Because you can equip your Dreadnought with a twin-link glass cannon or twin-link autocannon. I suggest the last cannon, which gives long-range anti-tank, anti-monsters creature punch. You can take a regular Land Raider, which gives you 2 twin-link glass cannons. He can be a mobile bunker, or immobile bunker. Well, you know what I mean. He can be standstill or move. Also, our Power of the Machine Spirit works differently, by the way. That's talked about on the Fortress Monastery post, I believe. Basically, it works the old way, so Ballistic Skill 2, and it lets you to move. If you get stunned. Anyway. That's good, though, because you don't really need to invest in extra armor. I talk about that in the Codex and the Dark Angels as well on this channel, if you want to look on that for more info. If you want to transport a Terminator squad with Belial and you want to make them assault heavy, the Crusaders, great. It's got the transport capacity to do it, and you still get decent punch. You get a multi-melta, which is always handy. You get twin-link assault cannon, which is also always handy, and hold on, okay, I thought there was a smudge on my lens. You get 2 Hurricane Bolters, which can really help thin the horde, because remember, these guys are outnumbered. They count as 3 twin links bolters each. Kind of wish they counted as storm bolters or 3 twin link storm bolters each, but you know, can't have everything. And I got the frag assault launchers. And that is not so much of a worry if you're gonna have them go at initiative 1, but you can't attach Belial to a squad in a regular Terminator because our Terminator transport capacity is also different. It works the old way, where I should say our transport capacity period on the regular Land Raider is still 10. So you need the Crusader to attach Belial to it. But if you have them going like Lightning Claw crazy or whatnot, then that's just a bonus. You get to attack at initiative, even into cover. Oh, into cover I should say. And that's this guy's a Land Raider Crusader, by the way, the old one. And with the Vindicator, it's short range, but I mean, you get a high strength punch, which they do lack outside of close combat. So, Belial can take options. He can have his standard loadout, which is Sword of Silence, which is a master-crafted power sword, and a Storm Bolter. Or he can sub those out for 2 Lightning Claws, or a Thunderhammer Storm Shield. So you can have all 3 variants to let you equip him what's best. This is the same as the Deathwing Terminator Squad, which are generically Stormbolt or Power Fist, Power Sword for the Sergeant, and then you can sub out Stormbolt or Power Fist for 2 Lightning Claws or Thunderhammer Storm Shield for free in that squad, so you can mix it in the squad. They're the only Terminator squad that can do that, and that's a real advantage. You can throw a Heavy Flamer in with your Assault squad, which is really nice, because they're meant to get in there close, and that's where you need the Heavy Flamer. You can put Cyclone Missile Launchers on any loadout, so you can have an Assault squad that has like 1 attack ranged, yeah, but it can be a blast or a high strength crack missile, which is nice. So that's why Belial can do that also. This lends the armor to be of great flexibility, because you can equip them as you need them, where you need them, essentially. Remember, they still have Deathwing Assault, if you wish to do that. And you can attach independent characters and Terminator armor to the squad to go with them. What else? So yeah, that's the Belial. All 3 options are great depending on how you use them. You can either use them shooty, initiative heavy, or high strength. And then it's the same thing with Terminator squads. You can mix them. But I like to have some variety. Like if I take a Cyclone Missile Launcher, I always put it on an Assault Terminator. Either I only have one on Twin Link Lightning Claws at the moment, but I'm gonna put one on Thunderhammer Storm Shield, because that gives a shooty heavy squad some assault power should the need arise, which it most likely will. Alright, you only take 1 Heavy Flamer, 1 Cyclone Missile Launcher, or 1 Assault Cannon, and Deathwing squads are 5-man squads only. So how you supplement them is up to you. Dreadnoughts are always a good option. They'll draw fire, they'll have long range punch, they have great assault capabilities if you keep their Power Fist. They can be even more long range if you give them Missile Launcher, like pure range support. I suggest keeping the Power Fist and running them up, marching them up the field, picking off tanks, or trying your best to pick off tanks, and then slamming into a juicy squad that's been whittled down. Support Deathwing with them, like have Deathwing Assault and have the Dreadnought Assault as well, and just rip into them. Because the Dreadnought goes at initiative at strength 10, so that's nice. He can really support initiative 1 squad pretty well. That's up to you. Make him venerable if you want. It can't hurt. It increases the survivability of your Dreadnought. Always take extra armor, but I would suggest making him venerable in a Deathwing army. It makes it fluffy-ish, because now he's venerable Dreadnoughts are usually members of the Deathwing, and it makes him survive longer as you have less things to shoot at. He's gonna get shot at more often. Land Raiders I love Land Raiders. They're probably my favorite tank. And you can, if you want to go assault heavy, you can make them mechanized by taking like 2 Land Raiders. It's not much mechanization, but it's enough. You can throw just a 5-man assault squad into the Land Raider with like Thunderhammer Storm Shields or whatnot, and then Belial attached to like his squad in the other Land Raider, and run them up with the guys behind it, providing cover support as best you can. I mean, it can work. One thing to note, Belial does the same thing to a squad as Samael does, making one squad a pseudo command squad with the Deathwing banner, which works the exact same way as a Ravenwing banner. Letting reroll Fail Morale and Pinning, which doesn't do much on Deathwing because they're all fearless, which is great. But adds +1 to the attack characteristics, which is also very good in Deathwing squads. Another base attack 3, for lack of a better term. And you can take the Apothecary, which works the old way, which is also very nice. Because we all hate, rolling a 1 to that last pistol. And then that Apothecary kind of eats that, and it's like, yep, no, that didn't happen. Which is nice. Other than that, it depends how you do it. Infantry heavy works. It's harder. It's more unforgiving. The Deathwing army is sturdy and tough to defeat because it's 2+5+ base, but it's very small, meaning it's unforgiving. It can take a lot of firepower, but that doesn't mean you should. The fact that it's fearless helps. They won't run. They can sit on objectives. They're very hard to remove from objectives. So you got 2+ armor save. If it's in cover, you got a 4+ cover save, and you're fearless. You're not gonna move. So that's pretty much it for this. I'm gonna do possibly a conclusion video for Tactica Outnumbered, just going over everything briefly and the future. So until next time, take it easy.